William Shatner and Star Trek actors celebrate 60 years of Trek, reflect on Discovery's ending and tease franchise future. The Saturn Awards are put on each year by the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. This awards show honors genre projects that do not otherwise get a lot of love. The event was well attended by Hollywood stars who came out to celebrate and honor the exceptional body of work and talent in these often overlooked entertainment categories. While no Star Trek series took home the gold after dominating last year's Saturn Awards, William Shatner was presented with the Saturn's Lifetime Achievement Award. Screen Rant interviewed William Shatner, Doug Jones, Sonequa Martin Green, Ethan Peck, Christina Kong, and Melissa Navia while attending the latest ceremony. Jones and Martin Green reveal if they would like to return to past Star Trek Discovery roles, while Peck, Kong, and Navia tease what the future holds for the upcoming third season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Doug Jones feels Saru got his perfect ending in Star Trek Discovery. Screen Rant, you are amazing as Saru in Star Trek Discovery, but with that show ended, are you hoping to appear anywhere else in the galaxy? Or is that chapter closed for you? Doug Jones, oh gosh. The one place that I could appear again immediately would be Starfleet Academy, the new show. They are in the same timeline as us, because remember we jumped way to the future. If there is ever a Discovery movie, that would be fun too. I had to say goodbye to Saru for now in case I never see him again. It was very bittersweet. I didn't want the show to end, but at the same time, Saru came to a good conclusion. Romantically, I am married to the love of my life now, and professionally, I am an ambassador doing the diplomacy thing, which Saru is built for diplomacy. He is very gentlemanly. It's a perfect ending for him already, I think. Sonequa Martin Green always looked forward to bridge days on Star Trek Discovery. Screen Rant, what is it like on the bridge? Sonequa Martin Green, so much fun. I'm telling you, the bridge was always a party. It was always a party. And we would look forward to it the whole week. When we would know that there were bridge days coming up, we would be like, bridge day on Thursday, bridge day on Thursday. We would get there and we would turn into children. We would have so much fun together. We would dance, we would sing, but we would work just as hard. That was a thrilling experience. I think we were able to work as hard as we did because we played as hard as we did. Star Trek Strange New Worlds cast Tease romance in Season 3. The Final Frontier turned 60 this year, and Star Trek fans across galaxies gathered, virtually and physically, for a celebration that was as emotional as it was visionary. At the heart of it stood William Shatner, the original James T. Kirk, who at 94 remains as commanding and sharp as ever, beaming with pride as he and fellow Trek alumni commemorated 6 decades of boldly going where no one has gone before. The milestone event, held at Paramount Studios and streamed worldwide, brought together an impressive constellation of Starfleet legends. Patrick Stewart, Kate Mulgrew, Avery Brooks, Scott Bakula, and a beaming Sonequa Martin Green took the stage alongside Shatner to celebrate not just the past, but the ever-evolving future of the Star Trek universe. A legacy forged in the stars. Star Trek was never just a television show, Shatner said in his opening remarks, wearing his trademark smirk that fans know all too well. It was a dream. A vision of what we could become if we stopped fighting and started exploring ourselves and the stars. The crowd erupted, many dressed in uniforms from every era, from the mustard gold of the original series to the sleek black and silver of Discovery. It was a moment of unity, much like the franchise itself, a rare beacon of optimism and speculative fiction. For Kate Mulgrew, who played Captain Janeway on Voyager, the 60th anniversary is not just about nostalgia. We were doing something radical, she said. A female captain? That wasn't just new, it was necessary. And the best part? The franchise kept pushing that boundary further. Sonequa Martin Green, whose Discovery character Michael Burnham became the first black woman captain to lead a Star Trek series, nodded in agreement. Star Trek is evolution. It's about building a better future on screen and off. And we're not done yet. Discovery's end and the torch passing. The panel couldn't ignore the elephant in the room. Star Trek Discovery ended its 5-season run earlier this year. Tears were shed both on stage and in the audience as cast members recalled the journey of the most ambitious Trek series since Deep Space Nine. It was emotional, Martin Green admitted. We knew we were carrying the mantle forward, pushing the franchise into new territory, especially with representation, storytelling, and scale. It wasn't just a job, it was a mission. Doug Jones, who portrayed Saru with elegance and emotional depth, added, "We weren't just actors in prosthetics. We were ambassadors for something greater. Discovery may be over, but its ripple effects are still being felt." The show's experimental tone, cinematic quality, and character-driven arcs laid the groundwork for new series and spin-offs, including the recently announced Star Trek: Starfleet Academy, which is set to begin production later this year. A future teased, a promise renewed. During the panel's closing minutes, Alex Kurtzman, the current steward of the franchise, made a surprise appearance to thunderous applause. "We've only scratched the surface," he teased. Yes, Discovery has concluded, but in Trek, no story ever truly ends. We're building bridges between generations, new crews, new timelines, but always the same core ideals. Kurtzman confirmed that a Section 31 movie starring Michelle Yeoh is deep into post-production and set for a winter 2025 release. "You've never seen Trek like this before," he promised. "It's espionage, action, and heart." He also hinted at a possible return for characters from the next generation after the success of Picard Season 3. "We're in discussions," he said coyly. "Some captains never really retire." Patrick Stewart gave a knowing smile but declined to confirm anything. "If I wear the uniform again," he said, "it will be because there's a story worth telling." That's the Star Trek way. Shatner reflects, "Star Trek is forever." In a particularly poignant moment, Shatner addressed the franchise's legacy directly. "I was 33 when I first sat in the captain's chair. Now I'm almost 3 times that age," he chuckled. "And still, Trek endures. Why? Because it speaks to our better angels." He went on to credit Gene Roddenberry's original vision, a peaceful, exploratory federation where humanity had transcended its baser instincts, as one of the most powerful ideas in all of fiction. "And it's still relevant," he said, growing serious. "Perhaps more than ever." As the lights dimmed and the iconic Alexander Courage theme filled the room, a new trailer played, a teaser for Star Trek: Legacy, a rumored series focusing on the next generation of Starfleet leaders, with a mysterious voiceover, "The stars have always called to us. But now we must ask, what lies beyond them? Unity in diversity. Beyond the stars and the spectacle, what made the celebration so powerful was its sense of unity. Fans from all walks of life, young and old, queer and straight, from dozens of nations, gathered not just to look back, but to dream forward." Avery Brooks, who rarely makes public appearances, summed it up best. "Star Trek isn't just about the future. It is the future. Because it imagines we have one. And that's the most radical thing of all." Final thoughts. The 60th anniversary of Star Trek was more than a nostalgic victory lap. It was a bold reaffirmation of the ideals that have kept the franchise alive for 6 decades: exploration, hope, diversity, and wonder. As the crew of the original Enterprise might say, the mission continues. From Shatner's iconic swagger to Martin Green's quiet strength, from Stewart's gravitas to the newcomers waiting in the wings, Star Trek's greatest legacy may be that it never truly ends. It simply finds new worlds, new stories, and new generations to inspire. And so, as William Shatner raised a symbolic glass to the crowd, the room echoed with a final salute. "Live long and prosper."